They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It is your boy, the Squirrel, and today I'm bringing you another piece from Jon Culshaw. So I really enjoyed the first Culshaw piece. He did some great impressions. I got a good chunk of them, more than half of them anyways. I'm not sure if this is going to be the same or if this is going to be just him. It says Jon Culshaw live on Radio City 2 Breakfast, so this could just be him having fun and being more comedic and interactive. Maybe it's impressions, I don't know. My friend over on Patreon who sent me the first video also sent me this video, so that's why I don't know. I have no idea. But let's get into it together, and let's find out. If it's your first time here, they call me Squirrel. You probably picked that up at the beginning of the video. I'm an American reactor. I react to all things UK, be it data, comedy, whatever it is. Mostly comedy, but I do a little bit of everything. I also have a music reaction channel called The Other Side of Squirrel, where I react to anything music. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how popular or unpopular it is, I'll react to it, because I'm trying to fall in love with music again through a reaction channel, and it's working. It's working pretty well. I'm available for hire on Cameo. I also have a Patreon channel, a bunch of socials, all that shit's in the description, so feel free to dig in. Or just say hi in the comments. Don't dig in or nothing. Don't subscribe, just say hi, or, whatever you want to do. Just shut it off and leave. Whatever. Don't. It should get better now. Here we go.
My name is Rossi, and our guest this morning on the Radio City 2 Breakfast Show is a man who I've known since 1993, hailing from the village of Ormskirk, the one and only Mr. Jon Culshaw.
It is fantastic to have a Michael Buffer introduction. That is an ambition realized. How lovely to see you.
How lovely to see you and
Michael
to see you and smell you. You smell fantastic, you do,
Well,
Jon.
I don't know what it must be, the Febreze on my blouse. Something like
My
that.
blouse.
It's great to see you. You're performing live tonight in your hometown. It's a homecoming gig at the Civic Hall.
Yes, indeed. Ormskirk Civic Hall. I remember in 1980 and 81, I used to perform with the local amateur dramatic society there, but I played animals.
Right.
In those days, rats and rabbits.
Okay.
And back ends of horses and such things. So it'll be nice to just go there and speak in my own right today.
Well, and you're right, and everybody else is right that you do. I saw a clip of you on telly from recently, and what is it? What do you think when someone like Donald Trump becomes president of the United States of America? You must think back of the net. Bingo.
In a way, you think he's a great character, with those hand gestures, with the little pinchy fingers like that, and look, it's fantastic, it's wonderful to be here in Liverpool. It's so fantastic to be here. I'm very proud to be here. It's so fantastic. So fantastic. And, he is a gift. He's just a character there for the taking. But at the same time you think, oh my goodness gracious, where is this going to lead us? But in the meantime, he's a fantastic character. He's a fantastic character. I talked to Theresa May. She did doing a great job as Nigel Farage's secretary. This is wonderful.
It's just the show tonight is going to be amazing. Because we've been friends for so long, when I first met Jon, he was working on a station in Blackpool and I was working on a station in Preston. And you were slightly more blonde and you had the sort of longer-ish kind of hair. You looked a little bit like do you remember Ivy Brennan's son in Corrie?
Brian Tilsley.
Brian Tilsley.
I'm glad they put the picture up so I can get the reference. It's pretty good, though.
You looked like you were his love child.
That's cool. I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's all right. I remember, you have the photos taken for when you work on the radio and things like this. And I remember having mine taken for that particular station. And my hair was so long, it was like a big, huge beige broccoli type of hair. And I didn't notice that I was the same outline as the tree that was next to me. I think the photographer spotted it, but he didn't let on, just to keep that
himself.
Exactly, and to keep that humiliation from me.
It was a great era, and you had a love for radio growing up listening to, it would have been Radio City 194, would it?
Exactly.
With Uncle Norman Thomas, God rest him.
Yes, the great Norman Thomas.
With his Dibber, was it? What did he say?
Dibber,
Shake a leg.
Shake a leg.
He never fully dressed without his smile.
It's wonderful to remember. And lots of...
I know Culshaw's an impressionist and a comedian, but man, it makes sense that he's starting radio. This guy's got an amazing radio voice. This is crazy. I mean, the first thing that he did, he was just on there kind of doing impressions and stuff, but like these guys are bantering a lot and just talking, and he's talking his regular voice a lot more. I totally understand why he was on the radio. What a great voice for radio. Damn.
Presenters from that time. Yep, Simon Tate, on the weekend downtown. There it is. Oh, and here's REO Speedwagon. And can't fight this feeling anymore.
I think you ended up working with him in that station of Blackpool.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
God, it's amazing. On your repertoire just must extend and extend and extend as new celebrities come into the forefront. I mean, when I first met you, we hadn't heard of the likes of Simon Cowell, and you do a great Cowell.
Okay. Look, I thought that was a great performance. I think you've both got wonderful voices, great presence, huge likability. I think we could have found something special here. I really believe that.
And you're saying that and looking at Simo at the same time. I've got to be nice to Simo because for Lent, I'm not allowed to say anything sarcastic. I'm not allowed to say anything derogative. And is it killing me? Yes, it is.
I'm so angry over it.
I know how long. I don't know why I've turned into Paul O'Grady at this moment. I don't know where that's come from. I really don't. But how long have you lasted?
20 to 8 is the time. Radio City 2, greatest hits for Liverpool live here. All over Liverpool and the surrounding area. Our guest this morning is the one and only Mr. Jon.
I'm still shaking my head thinking, Man-Eater is going to kill me in this video. It's either going to strike me or claim me. So we think about where we record these videos.
Culshaw.
You're very good. It's great watching you at work. It really
Honestly.
is. The way that command of the desk right there, and that lovely resonance. Superb. It's great to watch. It
is hard to work in the presence of a legend.
Well, I'm feeling that right now.
Legend. And I'm just referring to Simo here because I'm being nice to her for the duration of Lent. We were chatting. This, you know what? We're having a chat, and this is like old mates getting together, playing greatest hits, and having a bit of banter. And we were talking off air about the time that me and Jon were out on, I think it might have been a Sunday afternoon, and we'd had a couple of jars. And I got Jon to phone my mum as Chris Eubank, saying, "Have you got Rossi's number?"
Yeah, there was. I think this was. We had discussed this plan in the pub this particular day, and of course, what one said. You asked me to telephone your mum in order to get your number so that I could speak to you.
Gosh, the 90s boxers. Many great characters.
Brilliant. You had Naz as well.
Yes, and let's see how does he go. That is just 4 rounds, and he's going to be took right out of there. I'm telling you. Not done that one for a while.
Bruno, I mean, you had it banged to rights.
It sort of happened with the eyes, looking up straight there like that, very good.
I looked Frank Bruno up the other day after I had heard this because I thought Frank Bruno was this older mob guy, and it's a different Frank Bruno. But after I saw this and heard it from the other video, I looked him up, and he does a real good job with him. Real good job.
Very good, fight this weekend, with Tony Bellew and David Hay, a lot of talking going on, a lot of bums on seats, whatever. So, good, wishing him professionalism to two of them, getting it on.
Bums in the seats.
The thing is, when there's a master, an artist at work, you're supposed to sit there and pay attention. It's not that he's a comedian telling jokes. It's so brilliant. It's unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
You're just chilling out, that's cool. That's like wicked, whatever. I like this one. I might stay like this permanently.
It's incredible. It really is.
We were also talking before you arrived this morning. It's not just the voices. It's the isms. All the mannerisms, it's the twitches, it's the dropping of an eye or raising an eye, the curling of the lip, whatever it is that the person that you're doing does, you get onto it and you actually...
I noticed that with Trump, he was doing the hands, the big hands thing with, Trump. Trump does this with the hands a lot. I think it's because he's trying to make him look bigger. I don't even know. But then with Cowell, he was doing like this with the flat hand and and those are both mannerisms of both those guys. Like he had the Cowell hands and the Trump hands down. Definitely picked up on that. That's pretty crazy.
You do become that person, really.
Well, I suppose it's true. Professor Brian Cox has come to mind, and the signal being broadcast by your show from this station would probably, if it travelled at the speed of light, then
Is this the modern day Doctor Who? I don't know.
it would reach the sun in about 8 minutes, and then
I'm going to get friggin' slaughtered in the comments for not knowing who Brian Cox was and assuming it was Doctor Who if I was wrong, because I probably am.
eventually it could reach the Pleiades and other star systems where if there is intelligent life, they would be tuning in to your show years and years and years from now.
Oh my. Who's more brilliant, Brian Cox or Colin Furze? Let me know in the comments. Big Colin Furze fan.
My word. We're only on till 10 o'clock, you know. We're only on till 10 o'clock. If I had my way, you'd be on that long, you'd miss your show tonight at Pacific Hall in Ormskirk, honestly. Look of Love, Radio City 2 at breakfast, the greatest hits for Liverpool. Live here, love that song. Great album, Lexicon of Love. I'm sure you would have had that in your record collection.
I certainly did, on a cassette from Woolworths.
Yeah, from Woolies,
1982, something like that.
Was indeed.
Yeah.
Wow. You still have a love for radio.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. To knit a show together.
Look, I showed you guys this. My friend found this recently. Check out this old cassette that he gave me. New Kids on the Block, huh? Hanging tough, baby.
To play the tunes one after the other, do your links in between, knit it all together. It's good for the soul, it really is.
It is. Jon Culshaw is our guest this morning. You caused quite a stir on the radio back in the 1990s. You managed to get through to the then Prime Minister Tony Blair as William Hague.
Yes, indeed, William Hague, with that wonderful Yorkshire accent and very monotone sort of accent in that way. Yes, exactly. That was a bit of a fluke. working with the lovely Steve Penk.
Yeah.
And I just sort of fashioned a new William Hague impersonation. And we said, well,
at least he was William Hague and contacting Tony Blair or whatever. It sounds, I'd imagine, kind of funny or whatever. We had a couple of idiots over here. They're still on the radio, I think, but they called the mayor of New York, I think. They called his wife on April Fool's Day and told her that he got killed in a car accident. That's real smart. We've had some real dipshit. I mean, we have Howard Stern. There you go.
well, what should we do with it? Why not phone Downing Street? And so, as well, quite. We got the number from Director Inquiries, and just got straight through. And the idea of the joke was meant to be, I am the leader of the opposition. Why will you not pull me through? That is outrageous. You will not put me through to the Prime Minister. But the very nice receptionist operating the switchboard said, "Oh yes, just a moment."
What must you have thought? And not expecting in a million years. Just a moment.
Yeah.
Exactly. The face that Stan Laurel did.
Yeah.
What do I do now?
It was very much like that. And then there was a pause, and we're thinking, she hasn't gone to get the Prime Minister. And Steve Penk was saying, she's gone to get him. She has gone to get the Prime Minister. Pull your words together. Get your mind on it. And then there was another pause, and the lady came back and said, "Oh yes, Mrs. Blair's just gone to fetch him from his bedroom for you." And then there he was, hello. That sort of slightly robotic voice of Tony Blair, unmistakable. As the speech goes on, he gets more and more bombastic, more and more angry pointy finger, until eventually he turns into one of the Daleks.
Oh, my word. As I said to you, we could just take this show on and on and on.
Oh, that's great.
One of the finest things that you've done, as well as all of the major personalities, and you get the mannerisms, you get the voice, you get the look. One of the most fantastic things I've ever heard John do was, again, on that particular radio station, he phoned America, and I think you started at the top up in Scotland with your accents, and you worked all your way down through Scotland, through the northeast, right down through the Lakes District, Cumbria, Lancashire, over to Liverpool, Manchester, all the way down to West End. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
One conversation, and did every accent. So started in one accent and worked his way through every single region.
That's
It
crazy.
was so very interesting that sometimes it shows the influences that different accents have on each other. For instance, I've always been fascinated by the travels that went on between Ireland and Liverpool.
Yeah.
And if you sort of consider the Dublin accent like that, it's not too far before you get to the Liverpool accents, and it makes you wonder how much of an influence there was between the two, and I think that the neighbouring accents like that,
And that was one of the things that came from it.
Yeah.
The similarities in the tunes of accents that you can have.
Amazing. You've got these ears that hear things that other people can't. You can do things that other people can't.
Might sound like a bat.
Stick on it.
You know what? I'm trying to be nice to Simo, and you mention a bat, and I was just about. But you know what? I'll swerve that. I'll continue to stick with my Lent regime and be nice to Simo. Tonight, Jon
Simmer.
Culshaw, you can
Simmer.
see him at the Civic Hall in Ormskirk.
In Ormskirk.
Ormskirk. I've
Yes.
still got him stored in my phone for some reason as Mother Ormskirk. I don't know how that came about.
No.
It's always a lovely thing. Whenever you sort of give me a greeting, it's always a big hug and hello, Mother Ormskirk. It's very, very heartwarming when you do that.
Jon Culshaw, thanks very much for taking time out and coming all the way from Ormskirk to the
Yes,
Radio City
well.
2 Tower. It is great to see you have a fantastic gig tonight. And maybe you'll
Thank
do
you.
our little Rossi's riddle just after 8:30 this morning. You stick around for that?
Yes, I'd love to. I would
Thank you
love
very
to.
much. Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Culshaw, the one and only.
Thank you for having me. What a joy to be with you. It really is. Thank you so
mate.
much.
Thank you. It's ready.
Seems like such a genuinely nice guy too, right? Some of these impressions are unbelievable, but that was great. It was a nice interview. Got to learn a little bit about him. Got to hear some great impressions. Hilarious Tony Blair story. I am familiar with Tony Blair because obviously 9/11, the weapons of mass destruction bullshit that happened and all that. I saw a lot of Tony Blair over here on our TVs too, so the Tony Blair impression was great. Damn, Jon Culshaw. This guy's great. He's funny as hell. I would love to go see him live and in person and kind of check him out. I'll bet he's great kind of person who works and interacts well with the audience. So it must be a good time. Listen, it's been a fun little interview with Jon Culshaw. I'm going to get this all edited and get it all set for you guys. Taking off to Tampa for the weekend. This is probably going to come out and see you guys on like a Monday or something, or sometime next week, I'm sure. But trying to get everything done ahead of time so that I can enjoy a little weekend away with some old friends of mine, and take care of all you folks, all my new friends here that I've just met over the past couple of years in the process. See, if I plan, I could take care of everything at once. So nice. Listen, you guys take care of yourselves, all right? Thanks for enjoying some Jon Culshaw with me. I'll catch you real soon. Be good. Squirrel out.